Alright, I know this is coming back up again, and it seems to be another hot topic. It seems to be every, 6 months or so that the image of, Yahoo and Wikipedia and Google being on the top tier of sites or whatever they trot that back out and scare people again. And I just saw it the other day on a video, so. And I know that some of you are worried about this. And I do think that this is not a part of the problem, but a part of the solution. In spite of what some people will say, and especially a lot of old people who were around back then and think that this is for some reason this centralized model is somehow better. It's tricked a lot of people into thinking that it's faster, when really it's just the machines and the technology you're using to connect. Back even in the start, when computers first started to become networked in the 1960s, basically, which only, of course, happened in corporate offices and labs and shit like that. Bell Labs set up some of the first networks anywhere, and each point on the network connected to all the other points. It was a decentralized network. Today we basically operate off of these big master servers, domain servers, which you require a log, some kind of a registry to be kept of all the domains that are out there, which is why you have to buy a domain and things like that. But of course you can get online other ways, and there's lots and lots of people, I don't know how lots, but there are lots, especially in some parts of the world, of people who still run BBSs. Some of them, very few, through traditional dial-up. Most of them are accessed through Telnet. I'll give you a little tutorial on how to access them. First, go to the sidebar, the link that says Synchronet BBS list, or Synchronet BBS list, yeah. And go ahead and open that. You probably got it open by now. Go to Start. Of course, I'm assuming you're running Windows, and click Run. Then type in Telnet, Telnet, and then click OK. And you should be at a prompt. And that prompt is where you're going to want to put one of those addresses on the BBS list. Now, most of them, and it should be some kind of, whatever dot whatever dot whatever address. Most of them will require you to sign up for a, login. Remember, you're dialing into somebody's computer or server. So, and you're using their bandwidth and their space. So it's not uncommon for them to ask a little bit about you. But the ones I've filled out anymore, I mean, they're not much different than your average site, internet, making a username. But Of course, back in the old days, they'd want to do all kinds of things like verify that you were an actual real person. They'd actually call and shit like that. They don't do that now. So this is still out there. It's still accessible, and I think that if this kind of technology were built on, especially the kind of technology that like Fidonet used, but instead of making it where you need some kind of a centralized node list or centralized domain server list, where this where the list of, or whatever, however you kept track of everyone else, was dynamically updated to whoever else had that program. That program would be able to recognize other programs where it was installed and be able to find them and connect them. Kind of make the node list dynamic and a part of, a dynamic part of the program that would change and update with each new machine it was installed on, and would be able to find when new machine, when new clients or whatever were connected. That's one way. Of course, running something like a BBS or something like that is, it's a different way to connect, and especially if you want to, teach you and your friends, especially if you have friends that live close, about, how to do all this networking stuff, and you want to learn, just learn something. It can be a lot of fun, and you can get, you have a lot more personal connection to the people, because you can see everything you can even see when sometimes some of them you can see when people how often they sign in for and when they sign in and out, things like that. So it's building a decentralized network, like what BBSs were, like what the internet started as, I think is the solution to the problem. You can write your Congress people, and you can, write your representative, do all this. You'll be lucky to hear back from your rep, your congressperson for your district. They're usually pretty cool, but beyond that, good luck. Maybe a senator if you got a really cool one or something, or one that likes form letters. But if you really want to take an active role, it's out there. But you have to be willing to learn. Again, this is not something you can just sit back and passively do. You have to be willing to learn new things. You can't just say, oh, well, I don't know it, so therefore I can't do it. Well, if you want to do it, then you have to know it. You have to learn about it. And if you want to continue, you find out a way to continue the internet if it were to go down, well, then you better learn about it. There was a recent South Park that this whole situation reminds me of. I'm sure you all saw it. You all know what I'm talking about. But if you didn't see it, the internet magically went down, and everyone went crazy, not knowing what to do. And that's what this net neutrality thing to me seems like. Like, oh my God, the internet's gonna be gone. Oh no, the internet. Like, and the day that happens, people like me will be laughing. We'll just start it right back up from scratch. It's no big deal. And yeah, it'll be hard, but it's possible. It might not look as pretty or be as user friendly, but it's possible. So there's 6 parts. Each part's about a half an hour long. Check it out.